Rod Laver Biography, Early Life, Career, Achievements, Personal Life. Rod Laver is a famous Australian tennis player who proved his mettle time and again, in both the pre- and post-Open era. In the world of tennis, this sportsman dropped out of school so that he could pursue a career in his favourite sport, tennis. This celebrated tennis player was trained by the legendary coach Harry Hopman, and the former ventured into amateur tournament by the age of 21. He showed immense talent and dedication, winning prestigious titles like the Grand Slams, Australian Championships, and Wimbledon. Soon, he worked his way up the ladder and held the position of world number 2 for quite some time. Eventually, he became the number 1 professional tennis player in the world. Once the Open era in tennis was introduced, he began playing the Grand Slams of Wimbledon, winning most matches in the first few years. He was soon signed on by tours like National Tennis League and World Championship Tennis. By the age of 38, he had reduced the number of matches he played. This spectacular tennis champion has received the honor of being induced in the Hall of Fame of 3 different associations. In recent years, there have been talks about the possibility of his being knighted in the Order of Australia. Rod Laver Childhood, Early Life. Rodney George Laver was born to Roy and his wife Melba in Rockhampton, a city in Queensland, Australia, on August 9, 1938. Roy worked as a butcher, and the family consisted of 4 children. The boy was a talented tennis player at a very young age and quit school to learn the game. He received his training from the legendary tennis player, Harry Hopman, in Queensland. In 1957, Laver had won both the Australian and the US Junior Championships. Rod Laver career. In 1959, Rodney competed in the finals of Wimbledon and emerged triumphant at the mixed doubles game, where he teamed up with American counterpart Darlene Hard. However, he could not win the singles final, where he was defeated by Peruvian player Alex Olmedo. The following year, he participated in the Australian Championships, winning the 5-set final match against Australian player Neil Fraser. In 1961, he took part in the Wimbledon and won the singles title for the first time. In 1962, Laver won 17 tennis matches, along with 4 Grand Slam tournaments. This feat was earlier achieved by American former professional player Donnie Budge. The most memorable of these tournaments were the Italian, French, and German championships. He won the French championships with a lot of difficulty, against Australian Roy Emerson. At the Wimbledon and the US Championships, the same year, he played exceptionally well, losing very few matches. In December 1962, Rod won the Davis Cup, as a part of the Australian team. This established him as a professional world tennis player, like Liu Hode, Pancho Gonzalez, Ken Rosewall and Andres Gimeno. From 1963 to 70, this skilled player was victorious at the U.S. Pro Tennis Championships on 5 occasions. In the beginning of the same period, he established himself as the number 2 player in world. In 1964, Rodney won tournaments like the Wembley Championships, where he beat friend Rosewall, and the US Pro, defeating Pancho Gonzalez. The next year, Laver moved up to the position of number 1 in the world rankings, after having seen victory at 17 tennis championships. The following year he won 16 championships, and in 1967, he tasted victory again, with 19 tournament wins to his name. These wins included US Pro Championships, the Wembley Pro, the Wimbledon, and the French Pro. In the Wimbledon final, he defeated fellow Australian Rosewall by 6-2, 6-2, 12-10. In 1968, the earlier rule that a professional tennis player could not compete in amateur tournaments was lifted, and the Open era began. According to the Open era, all players were going to be allowed to take part in any tournament of their choice, thus making tennis their full-fledged career. The same year, he took part in Grand Slam matches, becoming the first person to win the Open-era championship at the Wimbledon. Rodney won a straight set against Australian player Tony Roche in the final. In 1968, he won prestigious tournaments like US Professional Championships, played on grass courts, and the French Pro Championships on clay courts, thus bagging the world No. 1 spot. The following year, in 1969, Laver played several tournaments, winning all the 4 Grand Slam championships. He also won the South African Open, Philadelphia US Pro Indoor, US Professional Championships, and the Wembley British Indoor. He was thus victorious in 106 matches out of the 132 he played. During the same period, Rod signed contracts with the Tour's National Tennis League (NTL) and World Championship Tennis (WCT). Owing to this, he participated in only 5 Grand Slam championships in 2 years. In 1973, he won several championships, including the Davis Cup. The following year, he won only 6 championships, and his world ranking dropped to number 4. 3 years later, he signed a contract with the World Team Tennis, a tennis league. Rod Laver Awards Achievements. From 1981 to 85, this accomplished sportsman was included in the International Tennis Hall of Fame and the Sport Australia Hall of Fame. The Australian government has named him the country's living treasure. And in recent times, he has become a part of the Queensland Sport Hall of Fame. Rod has been made a member of the Order of the British Empire and has been felicitated with the Australian Sports Medal. Rod Laver Personal Life Legacy. In 1966, this famous tennis player got married to Mary Shelby Peterson, a divorcee with 3 children from her previous marriage. The marriage that took place in California was attended by other tennis players including Ken Rosewall, Barry McKay, Mal Anderson, and Liu Hode. The couple had a son, and they lived in various residences in California. Several tributes have been paid to this famous Australian tennis player, including the Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne Park, which is named after him. In 2000, he featured on a postage stamp issued by the Australia Post, along with colleague Margaret Court. Rod Laver Trivia. This famous player earned the nickname Rocket, which was given to him by his tennis coach. Leave your comments in the comment video below. Don't forget to share with your family and friends.